Sheffield United are still your leaders over in the Championship, as of course they put 14 points down out of a possible 21. Who's going to catch up this coming weekend as the games come thick and fast? We're going to take a look at it, all of it, next. That's right, folks. Back again on a prediction video today. We look forward to match number 8 in this year's Championship, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang it. All things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, Woo Cup related later this year. That's right, of course. Joining them or breathing down their necks, should we say? Norwich are there with 13 points, with them 6-finger freaking so is Burnley not too far away with 12. But of course, that could all change this coming weekend. We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VRPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And of course, probably for the last time, make sure you vote. That's right. I'm talking about the Football Content Creator Awards. We are going for Best in Video for an organisation, Best Club Content Creator for the Football League, and Best Content Creator as a whole. We're not going to win this one, guys. We are not going to win at all, but we just want a name to get read out in the ceremony there over in Manchester. So please do us a favour and just get in there and vote. It's 125% free. You might even get a little bit in return. Goodness gracious me. But of course, get in there, get voted, and of course, hopefully get our name through to the next round. So here we go. Then we are talking about the Championship. We were talking about the games that did this past weekend, and here they come. And I'm actually smiling for once because Rovers picked up a win, but we'll get to that in a minute. Birmingham against Norwich City was a 2. Oh gosh, it all starts like this. I'm going to clean this up. 2-1 win in the end for Norwich. I went with a 2-1 win, so ain't too shabby on that one. Of course, Nathan Jones' Luton Town got themselves moving finally with a 2-1 win over Cardiff. I went with a 2-0 the other way. Burnley 2-0 win over Millwall. It was a 3-0 win, in fact. Or 3-0 was my pick. QPR did beat Hull City 3-1 in the end, 2-1 in my eyes. West Brom did get a point against Wigan. I went with a 2-0 win, so a bit of a shitter there. Sheffield United with a 4-0 win over Reading, 3-0 in my eyes. Watford did beat Middlesbrough 2-1. I went with a 2-0. Sunderland with a big 3-0 win over Rotherham, 1-0 win in my eyes. Meanwhile, Bristol City 2, Huddersfield 0, 2-1 in the end in my view. Coventry City did lose to Preston, who've got themselves another clean sheet. Stoke City 2-1 winners. That was my pick, 1-1 in the end. And of course, wrapping up. I went with a draw actually, but of course Rovers put a smile on my face with a big fat W. So 1-0 in the end for Rovers over Blackpool. This is what the table does look like, with of course Rovers sitting nicely in 5th spot at long last, finally getting ourselves a win to reset the blocks, reset the clocks, and keep us going now moving forward into the month of September. Of course, let's take a long hard look at the Super Brew then. Of course, it's been bubbling away nicely, so here we go. We are in the Championship right now. We'll take a look at the round results. Again, this is 100% free, just like it is to go ahead and vote. Of course, Cutley /vote Roverseas, best in video for an organisation, best club content creator for a football league, and best content creator as a whole. It is 125,000% free. But this is, of course, the predictor here for the Super Brew. And Carino did, I thought did all right there. Actually got 12.5 points for me this week. But the winner, Kyan Gafferty, who's looks like a Blackburn Rovers fan or Bristol Rovers fan, 20 points there, with Mo at 18. Oh, there was 17.5. The Beast, 17. Summer 2018, 16.5. Then, of course, the following onslaught of players. If you see a name, put a thumbs up. If you see a name, smash the old subscribe. Let's take a long hard look at their master leaderboard there, and I think I'm sitting in prime time position. Out of 79 of us, I am sitting in there in 6th. So I am in the mixer, guys. I am in the bloody mixer. I know what I'm talking about. 62 points from me, but TC100 is the man to catch. 67.5 Weller and 90 Macca, Con DJ Snake all above me. But I actually went down 1 spot, so not great. But biggest mover, Russell, 2302 with 9 positions jumps. However, Keane Gaffney, 16 points. He's up into the top 14 with, of course, a bit of a swing there. Murat there with a 17-point jumper. 14 points, so positions dropped to EH23. Any other stinkers who are there? Mo, up 21 spots. Well done to him. Welcome to the party as well. Any other? Oh, of course, and then some guys who have just given up the ghost already. That's, of course, the Super Brew is 100% free. You can go right here, Cutley /EFL Champ, get your name in lights. Of course, you can join anytime you like. We probably will have some Predictor of the Month awards. I've not figured it out yet how to categorize it, but basically what I'm saying is here, not that one, this one, TC100 is the Predictor of the Month because this is the end of August, so he is now through to a segued championship. So at the end of the season we will have all the predictors of the month combined. I just need to figure out from here on in how to do the next month. Unless we're just going to scrap it. We'll see. Of course, these are the next games kicking off this coming weekend. In fact, they all start on Friday, so today is Thursday, so make sure you get your predictions nice and early. Kicking it all off with a bit of a zinger. It's West Brom against Burnley over at the Hawthorns. Now, these two sides have played each other 22 times in 1984, 9 wins for the Baggies, 4 wins for the Freaks, and 9 draws. Of course, just 1 win to 6 over West Brom right now, 42% form up against the Burnley side, who won 3 in the spin, unbeaten in 5, of course. But of course, last time they played each other at the Hawthorns, it was a 0-0 draw back in October 2020. I was in the Premier League, so it's going to be back-to-back draws between the two sides. Burnley haven't lost against West Brom over the last 3. Kicking off forward though, West Brom picking up a 1-1 draw against Wigan, back-to-back draws for them. In fact, they haven't won in the last 3, ever have West Brom. Meanwhile, Burnley picking up a 2-0 win over Millwall, and they've actually looked the real deal at the moment, don't they? Over the Championship. 13-10 is your host, 11-5 is your draw, 23-10 is your away win. It could go very, very tight. I am backing the Baggies to get something out of here, and another 2-2 draw, which will remain keep Burnley right in the mix at the top of the table as they try to move forward into the top 2 spots. Meanwhile, Rovers, of course, take on Bristol City. It could be the start of the Ben Brereton Diaz-less era. Of course, I don't know. The transfer window is today. We'll find out at the end of it. Up against Bristol City, 15 times they played just in 2012. 6 wins for the Rovers, 5 wins for Bristol City, 4 draws. Of course, Rovers, though, winning 3, losing 3 of the last 6. That's 50% form. Up against the Bristol City side, unbeaten in the last 6. They look pretty good right now. They're up to 7th. Of course, 82% form for them, winning 4 of the last 5. Last time I played over at Ewood Park, it was a 1-0 win for Bristol City. That was in March 2022. In fact, Bristol City unbeaten against Rovers over the last 4, pick up a couple of wins and a couple of draws. Bristol City pick up a 2-0 win over Huddersfield last time around. Rovers with a 1-0 win over Blackpool just last night. We were there watching it, of course. 23-20 is your Rovers, 5-2 is your 23-10 is your away winning. I'm backing Rovers here, even with or without Diaz. I think we'll have a 2-1 win at Ewood Park to get us over the line and get 3 points in the bag and move the bloody chains. Millwall up against Cardiff. So I come out at the Den this coming weekend. Played each other 22 times. So 3, 4 wins apiece and 14 draws. Oh, well, wow. Of course, just 1 win and 6 for Millwall right now. 3 defeats on the spin. Could Gary Rowett be in trouble up against Cardiff side? Also just 1 win in 6 for them. 33% form for them moving forward. Last round out in London was a 2-1 win for Millwall back in February 2022. And like I said, 4 of the last 6 between these two sides have ended up as draws. However, last season, both sides picked up wins at the respective venues. Millwall with, of course, a 2-0 loss against Burnley. It's been 1-2-3 games without a goal now. Meanwhile, Cardiff with a 2-1 loss against Luton, of course, this past midweek. The odds for this one, though, Millwall 21-20 for the victory. We've got 11-5 is your draw, 3-1 is your away win. I think I might have even gone a 1-0 win. That's right, for Millwall, turning the clocks here a little bit and get themselves moving in the right direction. Luton Town up against Wigan. That's right, a reunion of sorts for Nyambi and Amari Bell, former Rovers players, locking horns against each other on the left-hand side for Luton, on the right-hand side for Wigan, perhaps. But these two sides have played each other just 4 times since 2002, 1 win apiece and 2 draws. Luton unbeaten in 3 now, pick a couple of wins and a draw. Meanwhile, Wigan just 1 win in the last 6, 42% for both two sides. Last round though, at the Kenilworth Road, it was a 2-1 win for Luton back in December 2019. Luton unbeaten against Wigan over the last 3, pick up a couple of draws and a win as well. Wigan with a draw against West Brom, good result for them. Luton with a big 2-1 win over Cardiff last time out. The odds on this one, 11-10 is your host, 23-10 is your draw, 13-5 is your away win. Back in, of course, Luton Town with a 2-0 win for them in the mixer indeed. Of course, next up is the Canaries. They're in 2nd spot. Dean Smudge's boys, of course, trying to get into top gear up against Coventry and Mark Robbins. Mark Robbins, former striker for Norwich, if my memory serves me correctly. 26 times these two sides have played each other since 1993. 11 wins for Norwich, 7 wins for Coventry, and we've got 8 draws, of course. 4 wins the last 5 there for Norwich right now, 67% form. Against Coventry side, who've lost 4 in the spin. Goodness gracious me, and they are rooted to the foot of the table. They have played 3 games on average less than the teams around them. Of course, last time around at Carrow Road, it was a 2-0 win for Coventry back in January 2021. That was in the FA Cup. Last time they played each other at Norwich in the league. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to go way back. In fact, it was a 1-1 draw back in November 2020. Norwich picking up, of course, a 2-1 win over Birmingham. That was at St Andrews. Of course, Coventry with the 1-0 win at the Rico. Of course, it's been a long time to get the first game out on the blocks from the home venue, but they lost to Preston. The odds on this one, we have Norwich 4-3 on for the victory. 50-4 is your away win, and 13-5 is your draw. 3-0 win in the end for the Canaries. They look good. Josh Chargers on it. And of course, just maybe, Norwich are in the mixer. Real deal in the end. Meanwhile, Preston North End against Birmingham coming at you at Deepdale. Played each other 25 times since the year 2000. 13 wins for the Novice, 6 wins for the Bromwich, and 6 draws, of course. Meanwhile, Preston just 1 defeat of the past 6, 58% form for those boys, up against, of course, a Birmingham side without a win in 6, 8% form for them moving forward as well. Last time around, though, over at Deepdale, it was a 1-1 draw back in, of course, January 2022. Back-to-back draws, in fact, between the two sides last season. Preston picking up that result against, who was it last time around? Against Coventry. Birmingham did lose to Norwich, of course, in midweek. The odds here, 64 on is your Preston, 13-5 is your draw, and 90-4 is your away win here. Back in, of course, the numbers to get another clean sheet, 0-0 in the end, and Birmingham will be happy for the point, none the same. Rotherham, of course, are looking red hot right now, until last night, up against the Watford side, who are well and truly in the mixer as well. It's a 4th spot right now. It's played each other 12 times since 2001, 2 wins for Rotherham, 7 wins for the Hornets, 3 draws, of course, just 1 win now in 5 for Rotherham, right now 50% form over the last 6. Meanwhile, Watford, of course, 50% form for that, also just 1 win in 5 over the last 6 games as well. Last round over in Rotherham was a 4-1 win for Watford back in March 2021. In fact, Watford have won 5 in the spin against Rotherham. In fact, they've only conceded 1 goal over the last 6 against them, and they come into this on the back of that 2-1 win over Middlesbrough. Sunderland, though, with a big did beat Rotherham as well, 3-0 last time around as well. Coming at you on this one then, shall we? We've got Rotherham 11-5 for the reaching 94 draw. 30-10 is, of course, your Watford here. 2-1 in the end for Watford over Rotherham. Of course, they are starting to realise they're back in the Championship. Only 1 defeat so far this season, but that was last week, or this week, against the Mackhams, of course. Meanwhile, Swansea against QPR. That's right, coming at you over in Wales. Now, these two sides have played each other 22 times since 2004. 7 wins for Swansea, 8 for QPR, 7 draws, of course. Just 1 win to 6 for Swansea right now. 33% form up against the QPR side, over 50% form for them. Just 1 defeat past 5 for Ian Beale's fish and chips. That's right, 50% form. 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2, of course. Over in Wales last time around, it was a 1 win for QPR back in May 2022. QPR unbeaten against Swansea over the last 3, picking up a couple of wins and a draw. In fact, haven't conceded a goal against Swansea in those last 3, and actually just 1 loss over the last 6. So QPR do like playing Swansea. Can they do it again this weekend? Swansea, of course, picking up a draw against Stoke last time around. QPR with a 3-1 win over Hull. They've actually scored 6 goals in the last 2 games combined. They might have clicked into gear at just the right time. 11-8 is your Swansea. 23-10 is your draw. 2-1 is your away win. Back in, of course, a draw here, which of course keep Ian Beale's fish and chips right in the mixer, and maybe even go up as high as 3rd, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Reading up against Stoke. That's coming at you on Sunday, September the 4th. Now, these two sides have played 27 times since 1984. 10 wins for Reading, 6 for Stoke, 11 draws, of course. Reading, though, 1-3, lost 3 over the last 6, 50% form for them. Stoke, though, just what we're looking at, 33% form for them, just 1 win to 6 for Alex Neil's boys. That's right. Of course, coming at you though last time around at the Matchday, it was a 2-1 win for Reading back in April 2022. And of course, Reading did lose to Sheffield United, got a bit of a spanking 4-0 last time around, and Stoke with a 1-1 draw against Swansea last time around. The odds here, Reading at 90-10 for the victory, 11-5 is your draw, 6-4 is your away win. That's of course Stoke City on this. 2-1 win in the end for Alex Neil's boys. Reading coming back down to reality. Next up, of course, we have Huddersfield Town up against Blackpool, of course, taking place at the John Smith's Kirklees McAlpine Stadium. Played each other 18 times, 2003, 7 wins for Huddersfield, 6 for Blackpool, 5 draws, of course, just 1 win to 6 for Huddersfield right now, 25% form. Up against the Blackpool side, just 1 win to 6 also. Also 1 defeat of the past 4, 33% form over the last 6. Their biggest win, though, over Huddersfield was a 6-3 Bobby Dazzler, 9-goal thriller. That was way back when. Last round over at Huddersfield, it was a 3-2 win for Huddersfield back in December 2021. That was on Boxing Day. In fact, Huddersfield scored, what we look at, 10 goals. 10 goals in the last 3 games when they have played Blackpool. Of course, Blackpool, though, coming to this on the back, they 1-0 loss against Rovers. Huddersfield with a 2-0 loss against Bristol City, of course. And I think both sides may be a little bit active in the transfer window today. The odds on this one, though, 64 is your Huddersfield, 94 is your draw, 50-8 is your Blackpool here. 2-0 in the end for Huddersfield Town, 3 points in the bag, and another L for Blackpool. Into the final 2 now. Bit of a Yorkshire affair here. Hull City up against Sheffield United over at the MKM Stadium, whatever you want to call it. 17 times these two sides have played each other since 2006. 8 wins for Sheffield United, 5 wins for Hull City, 4 draws, of course. Hull, though, 42% form, winning 2 out of the last 6. Sheffield United, though, unbeaten now in the last 5, 67% form for them, of course, looking forward. Last round over at Hull, it was a 3-1 win for Sheffield United back in September 2021. They've actually they're actually unbeaten against Hull over the last 4, picking up 3 wins and a draw to boot. Hull picking up a 3-1 loss against QPR midweek, and of course Sheffield United with a big 4-0 win over Reading. Of course, the odds on this one then, shall we? 60-5 is your Hull, 5-2 is draw, 11-10 is your away win here for the Blades. 1-1 draw in the end, point in the bag for Hull, point in the bag for Sheffield United, but will they remain top spot? Get your calculators out shortly. Then wrap it up. It is a bit of a north-east crunch clash derby. It is the Tony Mowbray derby. It's of course Middlesbrough, managed by Chris Wilder, up against Tony Mowbray, who supports Middlesbrough, but he's now in charge of Sunderland, trying to make it back-to-back wins. But coming into this one over at the Riverside on Sunday, the 5th of September, played each other 30 times since 1993. 14 wins for Borough, 7 wins for Sunderland, 9 draws, of course. Just 1 win in 6 though for Middlesbrough right now. 33% form up against the Middlesbrough side, up against the Sunderland side, who've won 2 of the last 3, 2 of the last 6, 42% form for them moving forward. Last time around, though, over in Middlesbrough was a 2-0 win for Middlesbrough. That was back in January 2018. That was in the FA Cup. Last time they though, in the league was a 1-0 win for Borough back in November 2017. Yep, Sunderland pick up a 3-0 win over Rotherham. Of course, Middlesbrough did lose to Watford last time around. Of course, the odds on this one then, of course, as we look forward to this one. This is on Monday night. 11-8 on is your Borough. 30-5 is your draw. 4-1 is your away win. That is, of course, Sunderland. Back in, of course, a 2-1 win for Borough here, which, of course, would result in Tony Mowbray's taking his first L of the campaign for Sunderland. But that, of course, is what I've got on it. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Norwich City will be top of the table with Sheffield United in second, and Watford into third, and Rovers doing A-OK in fourth, above the Freaks in fifth, with QPR in sixth. Down the foot, Wigan, Birmingham, and Coventry going down. Is that what you think will happen this campaign? Let me know down below. Of course, let me know also in the Pickaroonies over at the Super Brew as well. So get your picks in there, and of course, don't forget to do us a favour this coming weekend and vote. Cut the 4 shots, vote Roverseas. Best in video for an organisation, best content creator as a whole, and of course, best content creator for a club in the Football League. So please do us a favour and get in there and vote. It's 100% free, and I put a smile on my face. And of course, if you do it this weekend, your team will win. That's right. You can do this. You can just make sure you vote. Smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell. But until then, guys and girls, we've got to rock and roll.